Welcome to my podcast, Rashad in Conversation. Today, I'm joined by Suzanne Hill. Suzanne is a highly motivated and successful executive quality professional with global recognition for excellence in problem solving, quality strategy, and business improvement. With experience of senior leadership roles within aerospace and automotive, Suzanne founded Assured Quality Improvements Limited in 2012 and has since provided manufacturing and logistics quality improvement services in a range of sectors. Suzanne's main activity now is training aerospace standards together with problem solving and risk analysis. With this knowledge, Suzanne is an associate lecturer at Warwick University. An avid volunteer for the Chartered Quality Institute, Suzanne won the International Volunteer of the Year Award in 2020 and is the chair of the Derby and Nottingham Network, which won the Volunteering Impact Award in 2025. Congratulations, Suzanne. I'm excited to have you on this podcast.
Thank you very much, Rashad. Nice to be here.
Great experience.
hmm
Aerospace is a sector I enjoy as a customer, not as a professional, but it's really interesting. That's only my introduction. Why don't you share with our listeners and viewers your career journey? How did it all start, and how did you get to where you are today?
Right. Okay. So yes, aerospace is a little bit of a passion of mine. Having been a young child and a father with being an airline pilot. So I was very privileged at the time to be able to go up into the cockpit on takeoffs and landings, and it just blew my mind. So
Wow.
rather than going into actually being a pilot myself, which was one of my thoughts, I actually went into mechanical and materials engineering. So I was lucky enough to get sponsored straight out of school by Rolls-Royce Aero Engines. So it's equivalent now of like a higher or a degree apprenticeship.
Mhm.
But I did like what we called at the time a thick sandwich course. So I worked for a year, did 3 years at university, and then joined Rolls-Royce as a graduate. So I have had a very much privileged start in life with respect to my education and getting my Rolls-Royce course. So whilst I was at Rolls-Royce to start with, I actually went into the material side. So did a lot of looking after suppliers that made materials and processed materials, welding, brazing, heat treatment, etc. During that time, I achieved my chartership for being an engineer. So I became a chartered engineer with the IMechE, which I'm very proud of. And um, then thought I needed a little bit of extra broadness to my start of my career, and I went to work for Michelin tires. So it was a very different scenario. So from aerospace to automotive, but it also gave me the opportunity to travel. So I went to and lived in France for a while, which was nice, and basically spent time making. What did we make? We made the cables that go into heavy goods vehicles. So tires. So that was very interesting. I then got an opportunity to return to Rolls-Royce and went into the commercial arena this time. So I got a bit of a commercial broadness and became a procurement manager, strategic procurement manager for purchase raw materials, including steels. And then I went on to electrical harnesses and electrical components, and that was very interesting, the complexity that is required for aero engines. My interest in quality had been a stem throughout all of this, and my first role as head of quality within the manufacturing area came as I uh, went up the career ladder. within Rolls-Royce. So I was head of quality for a big business unit that had 6 facilities globally making discs and drums and shafts. Then became quality executive with quality, continuous improvement, and health and safety responsibilities. Health and safety was a new thing for me, but very, very interesting and very much utilizing my quality experience. I then moved from manufacturing into logistics
Hmm.
and spent a bit of time within the logistics organization at Rolls-Royce, bringing in all of the components from around the world and organizing how that actually got to the engines on time with minimal disruption. And during that time, actually, I became a member of the IMEC, member of the Chartered Quality Institute, and I also did a professional diploma in management as well with the Open University. So that was very good. So throughout, I've been continuing my education,
Mm.
continuing my learning, and I actually started as a STEM ambassador about halfway through all of that. So I've been a STEM ambassador for over 20 years now.
Wow.
Yes, which is great fun. Um, Giving back to the younger career, the guys and gals that are going to be um, going onto their career route, going forward. And then 13 years ago, I actually set up my own company as a consultancy in quality and continuous improvement. And I've had various opportunities during that, working with Rolls-Royce, going back to work within Rolls-Royce, Kawasaki Heavy Industries, Oakland Consulting, SAE International, and I'm currently an expert trainer with SAE, who are based over in the US. I've also done manufacturing excellence assessment for the Make UK, as it originally was, and continued my activities, well, started actually my activities volunteering within the CQI, and I'm now a fellow of the CQI. And more recently, just to top all of this off, whilst I'm working in my own company, I've now become a fully qualified yoga teacher.
Wow.
Yes.
That is
So
completely, I love
I
it.
know.
I love it. Well, congratulations on your new
Thank you.
qualifications.
Yes.
Suzanne, that's amazing. So engineering to logistics to procurement to quality to consulting and learning and development. So
Yeah.
it's good to see. And I heard you say that quality has been an interest throughout,
Mm.
like a STEM. But with all of those different roles, you kept yourself learning, educating, acquiring new skills
Yeah.
through different means. But if you are to reflect back on all of those journeys, all of those stages in your journey, what would be a common thread of a skill or two skills that you said they stayed with you throughout?
Problem solving is, I think, a core transferable, very, very useful skill because you can use it to problem solve engineering issues, finance issues, procurement issues, production issues. I think problem solving is a key thread.
Mm,
Um, a second one, um, I'd probably say resilience because because gathering all of these skills is great, but you come up against problems a lot of the time, and you've got to be able to uh, pull on your learning, pulling on all of your skills to actually and be
Love it.
resilient, be tough, be
Yeah,
as well as being um, empathetic, especially in leadership of people. So yeah, problem solving, resilience, probably the two, but they're all
yeah,
transferable skills throughout
absolutely.
any career.
Mm. Absolutely. Problem solving is helpful, whichever discipline you work in, as you said, because life throws at us, whether in a career-wise or in a personal bit, lots of surprises. So to be able to navigate through problem solving approach is very good and absolutely resilience. Because I think it's so important to keep our brains open to learning new things as well. But
Hmm.
it's when you get put in a situation that you need to tap into that knowledge, mold it, customize it, deal with a difficult situation, and then deploy that learning and progress in a different environment as well. So both of them are very, very good.
And also, I suppose I've learned quite a bit through my yoga teacher training um, to help calm people down,
Which is very
and
important.
which is very, very important, especially in this day and age, with all the distractions that can be going on in your life, to actually then just focus on yourself, focus in the present moment, and just chill is is something that I didn't have 12 years ago, and it has been this journey that I've been on with my yoga has been very enlightening for me, I think.
Well, I'll be sure to tap into that qualification and knowledge and help sort of learn a little bit from you as well on a different call, on a different call. But for now, Suzanne, thank you very much for sharing your career journey. With this rich journey that you've got, if I ask you to share one success story that you're very proud of that others can learn from, what would that be?
Okay. Many people hopefully will be able to relate to this because it's all about an unhappy customer. And unfortunately, sometimes that does actually happen where, from a manufacturing point of view, there can be issues that don't get spotted before they're delivered to the customer, and the customer can be quite vocal
Mhm.
associated with that. And within the aerospace industry, obviously we're talking about safety as our priority, and quality comes very close is an integrated part of that. So we had a very unhappy customer for various reasons. I won't go into the
Mhm.
depths of it. With lots of contributing factors, including design issues, interface issues, the manufacturing capability of the said supply chain, and also poor communication. Okay,
Mm.
so it was my responsibility as the quality executive of that particular suite of suppliers, and to try and make a difference to turn things around. And we started using problem solving root cause analysis, but actually that was mainly just uh, hitting on the events that had happened. It wasn't actually looking at trying to prevent them from happening in the first place. So we set up a threefold strategy and focus to different people on different parts of the strategy, so that we did have the problem solving going on, which was the firefighting type activities that some people like to do. But at the same time, in parallel, we wanted to improve what was already being manufactured, and then try and prevent issues from occurring from anything new that was launched into the supply chain. So we sort of like, it was a threefold strategy. And one of the key learnings for me was, don't reinvent the wheel,
Mm.
because this had been done in the automotive industry probably 20, 25 years ago to help prevent issues. The aerospace industry was actually quite behind in the times in relation to that. Some people might find that quite interesting, but
Mm.
very much quality control rather than quality assurance. So it was quite different. I worked with various other seniors within the organization and came up with this strategy. And basically, we stole APQP from the automotive industry and applied it within my aspect of aerospace. And that has now um, been built upon. And all of the major aero engine manufacturers now utilize the APQP process because they've all worked together well, since 2012, they all started working together on improving the quality to achieve zero defects. That's the ultimate aim.
And that's the advanced product quality planning
Correct.
methodology. Yeah,
Yes, the
yeah,
APQP. Yeah, you've
yeah.
been Googling that just to make sure. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. I'm sorry. As I just within the aerospace industry, we use three, four level um, acronyms, and
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, that's absolutely fine. All of us do that.
yeah. So yeah, learning from me out of that is don't reinvent the wheel. Somebody will have done something like what you need to do before. So go out, research, get some benchmarking going on, and apply um, apply what you learn and research.
It's a very important point because yes, there's a lot of work that happens, and this is to all professionals out there. As we started by saying, problem solving is very important, and we use it at every types of career, every types of profession that we're in. The most important mindset to have is you are not alone. You're not the first
Hmm.
person that have faced this problem, no matter how complex or how huge it may seem at the start. And even if it is complex and huge, do some Googling, do some benchmarking, do some research, identify what has happened. There's a lot you'll learn of things. Maybe a solution won't fit 100%. It doesn't have to be, but you'll learn from things that worked, apply, and then slowly that problem, that new strategy, that new approach will unfold.
Yep. Yes, it's very much you can be at the forefront of technology from a product point of view, but the fundamental principles of um, risk analysis, making sure that you plan what you do, you plan for conformity and compliance to processes and all of
Mhm.
that. If you understand what the risks are and mitigate those risks, that's the way to go.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for sharing this success story. If I flip the coin and ask you about a situation, an instance where things were not going very good, and
Mhm.
you've also applied a principle, the quality principles, whether you've applied governance, assurance, or improvement, and that completely enhanced the situation, what would come to mind?
Okay, I'm afraid I'm going to go back to another problem-solving scenario
Excellent.
because that is the core of me. We had an issue, and it was it was an issue that the engineers were concerned about, but we had a little bit of time, a little bit of leeway to get to the bottom of it. So we weren't grounding aircraft or anything like that. But it was an important issue to get to the bottom of it, and we had a mix of materials, and it was essential that we found them all. Okay,
Mm,
so as part of problem solving, especially within aerospace, we look at containment. We look at how we can get our arms around every single aspect that might be suspect.
Hmm.
And like the quality tools that we applied to find everything was going to talk to people, going onto the shop floor, because we know roughly where it had happened, but we didn't know what the mechanism was. And we walked the process, we process mapped it, we we spoke to people, and the core thing that really um, helped us find what went wrong was talking to people,
Mm.
because the people on the shop floor are the best people who know what might have happened.
Yeah.
And we were finding one sort of, hand size gear that had been processed, heat treated, and we were trying to find this. It was serialized, tiny little thing, and we needed to find one because we couldn't find one out of 150. We couldn't find one,
Wow.
but that could have gone wrong in the gearbox, and that wouldn't have been a good thing to happen. And just walking through what happened, looking at how um, how things were positioned in furnaces and ovens and that type of thing, we eventually realized how one of them could have gone off in a totally different direction. And we eventually found it in a we eventually found it fitted into a gearbox that we were never going to be covering in our containment activity. And there was a bit of a sigh of relief after we did actually find it. So it's no, it's a very, very specific issue as an example, but we use all of the basic fundamental
Hmm.
quality tools of mapping a process, of talking to people, of doing what if scenarios, and just using some of the fundamental quality tools that um, can be used anywhere.
Absolutely. When I talk to quality professionals as well, those who are new in the industry or just emerging talent, I always say, when you say talk to people in today's world, I actually mean go and sit by their side and speak
Yeah.
to them face to face and see what they're doing, hear it, feel it, touch it, everything in that environment, because that will give you a lot more insight than actually sending a message or
Ah,
an email and say, show me your process flow. You
go
will
in the
not see.
Gemba. Get into the Gemba.
Absolutely. Going back to Gamba, and in one of my previous chats with Susanna Clark, she was talking as well about the importance of going back to Gamba and how things could go seriously wrong if you did not do that. Because what you map on a nice flow chart might not always translate step by step exactly to what happens on the floor. And that's
Yes.
very
And it
powerful.
Yeah, and it was only talking to these the people on the shop floor that they went, we were scratching our heads because we were all just trying to work out how the hell we could lose something like this. And um eventually we went, well, I suppose if that had happened and then that had happened, and then Raisin's model of the Swiss cheese model, where all of if you've got a slices of Swiss cheese and they all align up, then something could happen that that doesn't that you try and avoid happening, but it's like Murphy's Law, I
Ah,
call
yeah,
it.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And that so yeah, Reason's Swiss cheese model is a really good, it's almost like it is a human factor scenario where if this could go wrong, this could go wrong, this could go wrong, it can lead to something bigger
Yeah.
than um all of the gates that are there to try and prevent issues from happening.
And you can only overcome that by actually engaging with the humans on every
Yes.
step. And
Yes.
fantastic.
And we don't talk to them on their mobile phones or chat
Yeah,
to them. We go and sit with them and
correct.
observe and
Yeah.
suck. the knowledge, because there are so many knowledgeable people out there. They know the processes so much better than we do because they're
Absolutely.
in them, working them day in, day out.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Suzanne, a person with your skills and your experience, how do you keep yourself up to date? Where do you keep your topping up your knowledge, your inspiration?
I attend webinars. I organize webinars through my volunteering. Go to conferences. So whether it be as part of the Institute of Management, the IMechE, and also CQI's Quality Live, and reading books. I've got a lot of books on my shelf up there, and
Anyone
also
pops out?
being um, one that I've read reasonably recently. I'm just trying to find it. It's Learning to Lead, Leading to Learn by Katie Anderson. She is very much into her Japanese ways
Mm,
and is a fantastic book that actually my another way is through being mentored and mentoring others because
yeah,
you also learn from what other people are doing through being a mentor. So I mentor people and I also am mentored as well. And that particular book was one that was recommended through my mentoring relationship.
fantastic. Learning to lead and leading to learn.
Leading to Learn by Katie Anderson.
Katie Anderson. Perfect. Thank you very much for sharing all of that. I echo the power of mentoring because even as a mentor, I learned a lot from those relationships just based on what my mentees bring forward with questions and with discussions, sometimes even things I wouldn't think of.
Yes.
Sometimes things that even I think, okay, well, maybe my team are thinking like that as well. How can I remove obstacles or open the conversation as well? So I learn a lot just from what my mentees bring to the conversation. And I hope they learn a little bit as well from those chats as well. But it is a very, very powerful tool.
It is. And whilst you've been saying that, I've thought of another one. Within the CQI volunteering network that I currently chair, we have a group of 9 of us in total who are all from different industries. And we have a simple WhatsApp group that we ask each other questions and we solve each other's or help each other with our knowledge, sharing knowledge, just in a small volunteer
Yeah.
network. So a bit of a plug there for
No,
becoming a
that's very
volunteer
good.
as well. Yeah.
That's very good. It's really with all of the different ways of people learn and people acquire knowledge and deploy it in their experience. But having a network is extremely powerful, especially
Mm.
when it gets to that stage that you trust this network. And sometimes you don't have to have any formal settings. All it is people that you can engage with on, "Hmm, I have this issue or this idea, which I'm not sure I've hit a blocker. Any ideas? Has anybody worked
Mm.
with it? Having that exchange in full way is really cannot have a price tag on it. It's so powerful.
Agreed. Totally agree. Yeah.
Well, Suzanne, thank you very much for sharing your career journey and your insights, both the success story and the difficult one, which you've helped solved with a problem solving techniques. Before I let you go, I'm very conscious of time. We got to know you as a person, a little bit of you as an individual as well with your yoga. But I'm going to ask you quick fire questions, so as
Hmm.
our listeners and viewers will get to know more of Suzanne as a person as well. Even though I think I know some of the answers, but I'll ask them. Coffee or tea?
Definitely speciality tea, not black tea. No caffeine.
No caffeine,
No,
herbal
sorry.
specialty.
I
Um,
currently have elderflower and pear.
oh wow, that sounds very nice.
Yes.
Although I am not a tea drinker, I am a caffeine all the way. It has to be black, no milk, no sugar, extra caffeine, the better.
Okay.
Good.
Not me.
Elderflower. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's good. A train ride or a flight?
Oh, definitely a flight.
Definitely a flight after all we've spoken
Although,
about. Yeah.
although the greatest gathering in Derby recently, I was a train geek that went to that.
Oh, wow.
Train spotting
Wow.
geek. Yeah. Mechanical stuff, anything.
Yes, anything would do. Fantastic. I also love a plane, I have to say. I enjoy a flight. Cinema or theater?
Theatre,
Any
definitely.
interesting shows you've been to recently?
The Great Gatsby,
I haven't been. I
fantastic.
should add it to the list.
And I'm also going to Tina soon. I've heard it's fab. I'm looking forward to going.
Ah, very good. Let me know how that goes. Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I know anybody who's been to it, so it'll be good to know.
They're touring
As
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
very good, very good. And finally, a beach holiday or a city break?
Oh, depends which city. Um, I can do cities for 2 or 3 days, but
Yeah,
then I get claustrophobic. So if I had to say, I'd go walking on a beach.
beach holiday. I mean, I love city breaks, but yes, beach holiday. Take me to where the sun is, where the beach is, and I am there.
Mm.
Fantastic. Suzanne, thank you very much for joining this conversation, for this lovely chat. You have been listening to Rashad in Conversation with me, your host, Rashad Isa. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit subscribe, follow, or download as I bring you monthly guests from around the world to share their stories of the quality profession.